Let me see what it's doing.
I think we on.
Hello, hello, hello. Are we on? Are you seeing it?
I believe so.
All right. Let's see. All right. Hello. Come on in. Come on in. You know what the deal is. Tonight is the night. We have the best-selling author, Chris Holmes, with us.
I think we on. Hey.
Hello, hello, hello. Let me figure out what's going on. Hold on. Are you seeing it?
I believe so.
All right. Let's see. All right. Hello. Come on in. Come on in. You know what the deal is. Tonight is the night. We have the best-selling author, Chris Holmes, with us.
I think we on. Hey.
Hello, hello, hello. Hold on just a second. I think I have two things going on. Hold on.
Got a little feedback.
Yeah, I got a little feedback going on. I had come online before I had it connected to oh, there we are. Hello, hello. I think we're still on. Good evening, good evening. Hey, listen. Whenever you're doing live, you just never know what's going to happen. So you have to do what? Go with the flow. And so it happens all the time. But tonight is the night, like I said earlier, we have the Amazon bestseller with us tonight, Chris Holmes. Yay! Come on, let's get it up.
Time to take it to the next level and live life the best life.
Come on with it. That's right. That's right. So this is Maxine, Phillips, McCoy, Levelless. And you know what we talk about? No levels, because the sky is not the limit. And Chris is going to share with us this evening all the things that he has done from his life, doing his career, doing his profession, as he transformed to become this best-selling author. We are so excited to have you with us tonight, Chris. Anything you'd like to just start out saying?
Hey, I just want to go ahead and start out and say, like, live life to your best. No limitations, like you're going to follow that energy, because everything starts and ends with the mind. If you believe that you are the greatest, like Muhammad Ali, who said this before the people knew, but he knew who he was, you will exceed all expectations and achieve greatness. So I'm going to start that there.
Woo-hoo! Achieve greatness. So you heard it. You heard it from our best-selling author, achieve greatness. And that brings me to that achievement mindset. And that's what one needs to have in order to achieve that greatness. So tonight, he is going to share some golden nuggets with us. So we're going to start out talking about, okay, Chris, so we all know that if you could take yourself back to that childhood memory, what comes to mind when you were a child who started thinking about, what do I want to be when I grow up? I know you've been asked that question tons of times. And so what answer did you give an individual when they ask you that question?
Well, my mindset was completely different at that time, but that's just part of the whole story. So my first, I got asked that question at that young of age, was a firefighter. Okay. A firefighter. I wanted to kind of be the one to go into the houses and save people's lives and make an impact, which I'm still doing today, but just in a different way, in a pathway. But I just had an inspiration to just always be of a service to give and just to help others in some kind of way. So I always had that in the beginning of my heart in some kind of way, and just grow from there. And then, of course, as a child, you have these other aspirations. And I want to say this right now, is like, never be afraid to dream big. I mean, whatever you have in your as dreams as a child, keep that out throughout your entire life. I feel like when we become adults, we lose that, but you need that energy to stay alive. Like, you really do need the energy to stay alive. But it came from like, oh, absolutely. From that to want to be like athlete, boxer at time, a writer, and all these different kind of things, because we as child go through different phases, just experimenting. And that's what life's all about, is you try something, new ideas, and thoughts come to you, want to try them out. And I just went through all these different things, like firefighter, like I said, athlete, a writer, artist, and that is all part of my growth. So at the beginning of childhood, my the thoughts were just like, oh, I want to do this, and this.
There's all over the place, like we normally is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's normally all over the place because we don't know what it is we want to do when we grow up. But what did you gravitate towards when your parents said, okay, go over there and play while we get this taken care of? What did you gravitate towards doing?
So interestingly, my grandparents and parents allowed me to do my own little kind of thing. So I was allowed the freedom to explore. So throughout school, I was like trying different kind of sports because I still had that dream going on, trying out basketball, tried out football for a little bit. Okay. And just so I gained from different experiences. And that's what life is about, especially through going through school and like high school and much more, is you learn so much from chemistry, working with others, that mentality to overcome adversity, communication. And you learn all these different skill sets in sports. If anything, I feel like the part of me being in athletics actually built up so much of the resistance and I will not quit mentality because I just refused to, or just wanted to prove somebody wrong. But that's just the competitive side of me that I carried throughout.
Excellent, excellent. And so see what you said, that competitive side. So that competitiveness also helps us to understand how we want to move forward, and it keeps us from becoming stuck. Okay, so we got that childhood out of the way. Now you're into this teen and young adults. So what was Chris like during that time? What were some of the strategies that you used to say, hey, I'm not letting anybody dictate to me on how my life is going to move forward. I am going to be the one in control. So give me some of the things that you did.
So like, especially this is more towards like the high school, like changing things up, is Huntsville, which is also where I graduated from Sam Houston State University. So go Bearcats. The area is surrounded by like a lot of prisons. Now, of course, I know the economy is very similar and moving through that because there's a lot of them around. But I didn't want to do that. Like I saw a lot of the traditional pathways of graduating from high school, and as soon as you graduate from high school, you're either working as a guard. Nothing wrong with that, but that just wasn't my forte. I want to do something a little different. Because in my mind, it was either you're going to work for the prison. Well, that's what people were saying, going to work for the prison or going to be in the prison. I was like, I don't like either of those options. So what about option C? And that's where like the birth of writing came into fold. And I was writing a lot of different things in my spare time, but I was influenced with a lot of different creatives and artists. So this is during like the 90s period. You have people like Tupac, you have Nas and all these lyrical artists that I used to listen to a lot of different philosophers. So, and then when I finally got my hands on the book from Tupac, the Rose That Grew from a Concrete, it really sparked my interest because his style of poetry was not just what you hear traditionally, just rhyming all the time. You can actually just write in your own kind of way in art and be a way of expression so you can be a voice. So that was what I used because I believe my experiences, watching other people from teachers, mothers, fathers, everyday life, and just watching people's experiences was my material. And with that, you can never run out. I literally just started like, when I got this kind of spark, just started writing on notebook paper and just going and going. And then at that point, started showcasing it to my classmates. And they're like, man, this is pretty nice. Yeah. Like I actually feel this. And like, or I didn't know that a guy could relate to how I was or going through. I was like, oh, okay, I might be going on to something. And then I wrote some more. And then I took another jump and said, maybe I should share this with my teacher. Now, most kids, kids at that, a teenager at that age would be like, I'm not sharing this to my teacher. And they're going to say this, this, and this. But this one, my science teacher was really cool. And I just showed her and she's like, man, this is really dope. So you should write some more. And then it just kept going from there.
Wow. I love it. I love it. So what you decided was like, listen, let me get an audience. Let me get my own audience going. That's awesome. And that's what we need to do. We need to not be afraid of our natural talents, our God-given abilities, and showcase them ourselves. We don't have to necessarily wait on someone else to do it. Now, there's nothing wrong with letting someone else promote you, but it's nothing like believing in yourself. And audience, you already know what my beliefs are. And when you see where it is you're going, you have those God-given abilities, but the next thing is to believe in yourself so that you can move it forward.
And I'm glad you said that because a lot of people nowadays, I'm just going to be completely transparent, especially with a lot of things going on, is they lost that belief in themselves. It's like now, of course, I love how technology is. Trust me, I use it all the time. but
Okay.
it's now to the point where we seek for validation before you actually make a move. And that is not how that's supposed to work. Of
That's
course,
right.
you're going to utilize the technology to your advantages to reach different people and much more. But at the same time, you don't have to have validation to just make a move. If anything, there's going to be a lot of times where you are in the dark or alone. That is like the main time where you focus and build up on your skills, your thoughts, your reading, and much more. Because what you do in the dark is going to eventually be revealed to light. So if you're actually putting in the work and building your mind or any kind of strategies, it's going to come to light. So it's just going to be revealed to the world. Or have you really been putting the work in, or you just been like, I'm just going to go with the flow kind of thing?
Oh man, you just said a mouthful. Have you been putting work in, or are you going to go with the flow? And that's what strategizing is all about, is coming up with a plan and putting the work in so you don't have to just go with the flow, because any road can take you there, but it could take you a long time to get there. And you might have to detour and then detour and then detour because you did not have a strategy in place to take what? The shortest path possible.
Well, let me say this now, because I'm like, yeah, I like how you put that out, because most of us, and we can't, I'm just going to speak for all of us, we want the shortest path. But unfortunately, life is like, no. We're going to go this way instead. You're like, man, I don't want to feel like going this pathway. And that's how I felt throughout my life. It's like I had these big dreams, aspirations, and the rise going, I want this. And I always continue to face roadblocks, adversities, and challenges. So like from going to like being athletics and you having different opposition teams and you want to make it to the next round, you got to overcome something like that. Right. Or even through like you get into some kind of art, you're going to have other people that do similar things in your industry. You got to overcome that. Or let's say you're training for an event, either in athletics like running or anything, or just any kind of creative film or much more, you're always going to be faced with adversity, and it's going to probably take you longer. And you're going to have these dips and ups and downs, getting turned to the left and the right, because I had that in my lifetime. I didn't just have like, I sure wish I had this straight and narrow pathway. Right. Like you go hit you off the track and you got to get back on track and keep going. But it's the lessons in the pathway of you getting knocked around is where you really have your really growth, because you learn mostly from your mistakes. Right. And you learn from that to improve, but also as you improve, and the people who are watching you are also learning with you. And that's the one thing I don't think most people catch. It's like, as you learn through your mistakes, other people are learning through your mistakes by watching as well.
Oh man, again, did you say another mouthful? Because even though people are learning through those mistakes, when you are a mentor and you're mentoring other people, you have an opportunity to help them, to share some of those mistakes that you made and what your outcomes were. It doesn't mean that they're going to take your suggestion, but at least you're able to share that with them. And so do you have a mentor?
Of course, I have several. Of course, the one that is like Antonio, but it goes from so many people, from my grandparents, my strong mother as well. And then I have coaches, colleagues, friends, and I always go back to the same. I feel like every person is a page in the book of life. You can learn so many different things. It can even be like the most simplest thing. And a lot of times you can learn from people you least expect. Yeah. Like I remember going to downtown Houston, just getting some content and much more. And I got approached by this homeless man. But the words that came out of this homeless man, it was like a reality check that would shock anyone, because this person, even though he knew he was homeless, he said, like, look, I'm just trying to get myself together. I can like probably scrub a couple of these cars, probably give me some work clothes. I can probably file some applications and get things going. I just need an opportunity. And I'm not going to stop until the opportunity comes, because I know I'm better than this. And for someone to be at the very bottom and to still have hope or faith that their life is so much more bigger, that tells a lot. Because this person at the bottom is trying to rise up. And a lot of us are like kind of midway and like this and want to give up. But you have someone at the bottom trying to rise up. If anything, I actually see great success in this person. I haven't heard from him, but I'm pretty sure he's doing pretty well, because he's going to develop that grit. And that's what you need, because life is going to throw so many punches. It's not just going to be always, just walk around in the park. Life is going to smack you across the face pretty hard. You may get knocked down, but you got to get up. And that's what champions do. They get right back up.
That's that resilient. He might be down today, but all he was asking for is a hand to help him overcome where he is, the adversities that that person actually faced. And we never know what side of the coin we're going to end up on. Hopefully we don't, but we just never know what life is going to throw us. And so why not? I always remember this picture that I see, and it's about someone reaching back and pulling the next person up with you. Not when you rise and you become, where you want to be, that term that you use is successful, and then you forget about the other people. It's like reach back and pull them. So I love the fact that you mentioned that you have several mentors, and we must have several mentors. My mother and my father also served as mentors to me. They didn't realize it. They did not realize it at all. And I didn't realize it at the time I was home either. But once you become an adult, you have an opportunity to look back or, and say, hey, wait a minute. They played a very important role in my life. It was more than just nurturing me as a child, but it's about instilling those words of wisdom in us.
Exactly.
So tell me some of the words of wisdom as you started. I know I just hit a nerve, didn't I? The words of wisdom as you hit that adulthood that has helped propel you forward.
There's so many. It's like I could write a whole book just on the amount of wisdom. So I'm trying to narrow down to a few. Oh, good Lord.
Why are you thinking of that? Let's mention about these 6 books that you've already written. So this is just the 7th book that's on your tongue right now. And that's what I'm talking about.
And many more. So before I go into the amount of wisdom, so the books, and if you listen to the titles, it actually kind of shows the progression. The first book was 100 Testimonies of a Young Soul. That was all poetry. And then the next one was Just Another Black Voice. And then we had Steps to Manhood. Then we had Overcoming Mountains. Then we have 10 Pillars of Success, which I have in my hand right here.
There you go.
Then the recent one, which I co-author with my great friend Chip Baker, is The Impact of Influence, with 17 authors coming 17 authors coming together to create an impact with their stories and much more. So that's my story. And of course, as life continues to go, I'll continue to grow and impact and kind of give some kind of inspiration and much more. So when it comes to wisdom, I'm just going to shoot off the top of my head because there's so many and that kind of comes to my life all the time. Of course, this is the one that's very popular. Patience is virtue, because a lot of times we want things to happen right now, but just you learn so much more in the process of being patient, because it actually molds you to the person that you should become, or to become the great person that you are destined to become. Mm-hmm. Next one after that is learn not from your own mistake, but from others. Which come on. So that's another big one, because a lot of times we're like, oh, I can do this, and we want to ignore all the wisdom, and then we bump our head. And then meanwhile, that person's like, you could have made your life so much easier if you listened the first time. You gotta just, when you start talking about listening, I tell people, I say, now there's 2 things. There's listening, and then there's active listening. Ooh, big difference.
Okay, big difference. And a lot of people don't even understand that, because you can listen just to hear what the person has to say. But when you're actively listening, that's when you take those words of wisdom and you start, let me see, how can I apply that to my life? How can I apply it to this situation that's going to help me move forward and do things differently? So I love the fact that you say you have to listen, because it's so, so true. But be an active listener. Don't just listen, but actively pay attention.
And I'm going to add to that too, because it reminds me of my sociology class. But I had one of my favorite professors, straight from the hood, but he has a PhD.
Okay.
So he kept it real. And he was like a favorite professor on campus, because we talked a lot of different things, from religion to education to sex to money, all these different things that affect our life on a really regular day basis that people try to keep hush-hush. But going back to knowing us all in the boat, is so many of us just listen, but we have to have active listening, because in that class, you listen for understanding, not responses.
Yes.
And he laid the law. I'll never forget the first day came in. I'm not going to say, because I know it's the platform, I'm paraphrasing. But he was saying, like, we're going to talk about a lot of different subjects. We're going to have respect each other at the end of the day. But if you disrespect any of my students in this classroom, you have a problem with me.
All
and
right.
He had to put his foot down. So I made it a little nicer. He said a little something else. But
you cleaned it up a little bit. I got you. I hear you. I'm actively listening.
But there's so much value in that because we grow up, we have different backgrounds. We learn from different religious backgrounds or family traditions. And so like when we grow up, our point of views is not going to be the same like somebody else. Like my background of like growing up from Huntsville is going to be completely different from someone from Huntsville. I mean, it's different from somebody who's in Houston or a different country or away in Canada because they've seen things I haven't seen. But what I can do is listen for understanding so I can make myself better, but also a lot more well-rounded because that's when you get to the point to do.
And, and that's what Proverbs tells us, because, I'm a believer in and so I believe in a higher power other than myself. And it tells us get understanding, but in all thy getting, get wisdom, but in all thy getting, get an understanding of it. So we can have all the wisdom that people have imparted into us, but without that understanding and how to apply it within our, grasp, within our sphere of influence, within our arena, within our profession. So not only do you get the wisdom, but you must understand how to apply it in order to be applicable to what you're doing.
And I'm glad you brought that up because now I'm going to hit that. You can have a lot of ideas and all that much more, but if you don't put the action behind it, it is what it is. And that is the biggest thing. That holds, I'm not going to say 99.9% of us back because we are so afraid to take action. And we need to get to the point, and we are still growing. I make mistakes as well, and I have overcome it. I'm a human being, just being completely transparent. But you were born to be great. You weren't given the spirit of fear.
And don't get me started. Don't get me started.
The spirit of fear. And it's crazy how we allow fear to control our lives instead of having faith into ourselves or whatever we desires. So we allow fear to be this big and have our faith like this. But when we allow faith in ourselves and our talents much more and serves others to be this big, the fear drops.
And it brings me to the point that I always think about, we are a masterpiece. And I have this phrase to say, we are a masterpiece uniquely created for a purpose and given natural abilities to reach our destiny. So we have everything within us when we were born to reach the destiny and the purpose as to the reason why we are here. Yes. So, yes. I'm
glad you put that up too.
Don't get me to start preaching this evening.
Go ahead, preach. That's more value. But like that is the biggest thing too as well, because everybody has a purpose. I don't care what you've gone through life. You had your ups, your downs, the entire town or whatever can burn your name or whatever. I don't care. You can be the lowest, whatever. You still have a purpose in life. And once you really know that you have a purpose, nobody can stop you.
No,
nobody.
Unstoppable.
Yes, no matter.
Unstoppable.
I put it like this. It's going like to all the readers of the text. If they criticize and all that much more Jesus, I'm pretty sure they'll do the same to you.
Hello. And the whole thing of it is that you have been put here for a purpose. And so listening audience and viewing audience, if you don't understand what your purpose is, now is the time. There's no reason for you to put off for tomorrow that you can start doing today. And I offer an ability assessment that can help you to identify those innate abilities. So you have someone sitting here right in front of you that can be of a service and assistance to you. And just levelletsco.com, just go to the website and hey, let's connect. Let's make it happen. We want you to be walking in your purpose. Now, not later, but now.
Right
so
now.
That brings me to a part of your purpose. So let's see what we have on. I think we have a nice audience out here. I think we have Arshisa. Is it Arshisa? She's watching. We have Eris Ford. He's watching. And so they're making some nice little comments here. And let's see what else. I'm trying to see who else is on here. Laverne McCoy is watching. Okay, I see you all watching, and we appreciate you being here. So listen, while Chris is dropping these nuggets this evening, I want you to type in questions that you want to ask of him. So we have a subject matter expert here on writing, and Chris is going to talk about some music too. And now we're going to talk about some books, maybe get into the books a little bit more, because that book you just launched with the 17 artists, if I'm not mistaken, or authors.
Yeah,
Let's talk about that influence. Give us just some nuggets from that book so we can get this audience so they can start chiming in on more. They said strategies. So they want to hear some strategies.
Oh man, I'm going to actually pull the book out because they have so much.
Right. Go ahead.
But I'm just gonna read off some of it because it's gonna probably really like, I need to get that. So I'm just gonna like name off some of the titles of their little piece in the book.
Yes.
Like for example, for mine is like You Are the Answer. That kind of, I feel like that kind of flows with the energy and spirit we're going with right now.
Now listen, you just can't rattle that off and then not give us some substance behind that. Yeah, come on, give us just a little snippet of that.
I say to the end, like I want to give some credit to the other ones, and then I'll come back.
All right. As long as we don't forget to come back to it. That's
I'm not. You're not gonna let me forget anyway.
You know it. Okay.
So here's some other ones like positive mindset. Why not?
Ooh. That's close to my achievement mindset. Let it go. Okay, go ahead.
Another one is You Have What It Takes.
And we all believe that. Both of us are believing that because we just said you were born a masterpiece. You have what it takes, so use it. Don't lose it. Use it. Okay.
Okay, so I'll give you two more. Go Get It. Basically, Chip Baker.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of action. That sounds like a life action right there.
So you listen, with COVID and you've been in the house, now everything is, breaking loose a little bit and we're able to get out. So we told you, even when you were in the house, go get it, because you have the internet that was at your fingertip. You have virtual workshops, you can have virtual Zoom meetings and so forth. You could, start developing yourself. So now that the world is opening up some, still go get it. Don't limit yourself. I just said the sky is not the limit. So don't limit yourself. Go get it. Go get what you have been shown. And I know there's things that dropped into your spirit that you're supposed to be doing. So write them down, put a plan in place, do strategies, and go get it. Make it happen. Okay. Absolutely. One more.
Okay, I'll give you one more. Then like I said, I'm gonna tie up and give a little value into what I put in, because you ain't gonna let me get away with that one.
No, you're not gonna get away with that.
So your value lies in your values.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to use that a part of my quote. Your value lies in your values. And there's another person that I say, if you don't value yourself, who's gonna value you? That's powerful. Absolutely. Listen, did you all write that down? Do you have paper and pen with you? You need to be writing these golden nuggets down, because you will be able to use them. Because sometimes when you get into that moment and you don't know, why do I even want to continue doing what I'm doing? When you start looking back at these quotes, that is the reason. You start understanding, how do you internalize it and how do you make it useful for yourself? All right, so we're going to circle back around to that very first one that you read off, that you had put in there. So let's talk.
She wasn't going to let me go.
Let's talk about that one a little bit.
So You Are the Answer. It really is like the core of, I feel like, what my life and the journey, the marathon, I say, is all about, because you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you are the person to make an impact. You are the person who's going to be a great father. You are the person to be a great mother. You are the person to run this town. You are the person to save thousands of people's lives. You are the person to tell the audience much more that I have a dream, or there's so many ways that this can go. And it's time for you to shine your light. So we have to get out of what society is trying to tell you to dim your light so others can feel better. But it's actually better when you shine your light because it brings hope and it overpowers darkness, fear, and much more.
Ooh,
And it's much
yeah.
more better to shine your light because now you encourage them to step forward and take action in their life. Because let's imagine if I could say, all my life, I didn't write anything. I didn't share my story to the teacher. I didn't want to try out for the basketball team. I didn't want to do all these little things. I just kept myself quiet in a little box.
Right.
I probably wouldn't be here today. So it's about time that you, not me, you all to start sharing your story and making an impact. And even if you are afraid, doesn't mean you can't move. Because once you start making steps, whatever you're afraid of ain't really so bad. It's just a sight, a memory, or a dream that's meant to pass.
And that's all that fear does. Fear, it stagnates us. It puts us in a box. It puts us in the corner, and it makes us not step forward. And you can do it because you're the masterpiece that you already were created to be. So yes, let's be, like you say, transparent. Yes, fear does creep up on us from time to time, but when you really take a step back and examine what you have been given, what you have been blessed with, all of the God-given abilities that were blown, I always say, when you were given the breath of life and start using them, then that helps you to overcome. And then you have a support system. And we both know we got a phenomenal support system. ATS is a phenomenal support system. I mean, a family, a community, a tribe, a village, you name it, they're there. And they're going to be supportive 100%. And everybody, don't be afraid to have a support system. Reach back with your families, reach back with your friends, reach back to your colleagues. Reach back to some of those people you networked with for 10 years ago that you have forgotten about. They still care about you. You've just have not communicated with them. And I always say, make every connection count.
You just drop a bomb.
Every connection count.
You just drop a bomb over there. I'm over here listening. Over dropping bombs, like she's just gonna be a little slick with it. All right, just dropping bombs.
We both love helping people and helping people move forward so they can become unstuck. If COVID never taught us anything, and that's to be flexible, to be agile, be ready to pivot when the moment happens. You cannot wait another year from now to do what you've been called to do. You need to start doing it right now. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm going to go ahead and kind of
go in.
Because this is something that's very huge because we do need to, grab each other's hands so we can rise together. Now, I'm going to talk to us real quick, and it's for a reason. I don't know where, somewhere in our lifetime, we came up with the thought process that we can do this all by ourselves. I don't need no help. I don't need you and much more. I can be one deep. You can just leave me alone. Well, last time I checked, you wouldn't be in this life without your mother. Someone had to teach you how to write, talk, and walk. Someone had to teach you how to drive your first car. So if you take all these things away, you wouldn't be anything, you'd be nothing. So it takes a community to come together to actually make a huge impact because we all are in this together. And so I'm challenging the cultural mindset when it comes to that to get out of that because we are holding ourselves so much further back when we start doing that and not realizing that we do need to come together and can make a huge, make a much bigger impact coming together than just as one. Because, but let's put it like this, as a fist. You can't make someone like an impact just like doing this with just your one finger. But if you put this fist all together and they all work as one and you land it, it's going to make an impact. May break somebody's jaw, throw a tooth out. But that is the power of coming together. And that is just what it's really all about.
That is so true. That is so true. You did that one, and that's so true because they always say there's no I in team. And when you think of team, it's like it's the same thing. If it's just one, that's an individual. But when you think of team, that's several people coming together to make it stronger. And
Except I can't remember the last time I seen a Fortune 500 company that was built on one person. Oh, better not say too much. Oh, oops.
I caught that. That is so true. Because I mean, think about there's a workshop that I do that's called Become the CEO of Your Life and Career. So you are at the helm, you are in control, and therefore you have to have what? Vice presidents, directors, managers. You need all of that to form that cohesiveness that you need for that high performing company. And you said Fortune 500, they didn't become high performing just because of that one person. And why do you think communities are called communities? Co-union, right? You coming together for unification so that you can do things and you can help each other. And that's the mindset that we have to take. There's no reason for us to do it alone.
Man, let me punch them in the face real quick. Some of them may be out there and be like, I still don't believe you. All right, cool.
Yeah, tell them.
So now I'm about to punch you in the face with this. All right, so you have this lovely body, you know, some people are muscular and curvy, everybody's beautiful in their own kind of way. So, all right, so let's say everybody acts like that. Well, my heart doesn't want to act. My heart doesn't want to pump any more blood out anymore. You know what? Matter of fact, my feet don't feel like walking.
Come on.
My mouth don't feel like talking. My lungs don't even feel like taking in air anymore.
Okay.
My eyes don't feel like giving sight. Just imagine if our body always argued with herself all the time. I don't think we would get far at all.
Not at all. Not far at all. All of it must work together. And that's what we must do as a community, as a group of people. Come together and help one another so there is a win-win for all. One should not be suffering and the other has so much abundance and is overflowing that they're not sharing. And that's one thing I love about the ATS community, because they share. There is so much overflow in there.
And they share.
And
tell you to steal.
Take it and use it. And they don't dare you, they double dare you. Take it and use it. That's how I see it. Oh, yeah. This is awesome. So we're dropping some nuggets, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that I appreciate if you have written this down and you go back and share it with others. I'm not going to use the word, whatever word you want to call it, but we want you to repurpose it, repackage it, and use it. That's the reason why we're sharing what we share. That is the reason why I come on every Monday at 7:30, so I can have these experts to join me and drop these golden nuggets. So whomever it applies to, use it. But please share it. Do not keep it to yourself. This is freely given. You freely received it. Now share it with someone else. Anything else? So listen, we need some websites. We need some social media handles on where. First of all, where can we go get this book?
I don't know. I'm just going to hide in the box real quick now.
We got to put that link out there so people know how to find it. And listen, you all, I want you to go out there and purchase it. It's going to make a difference, and not just purchase it for yourself. You have graduations coming up. You have individuals that's graduating from high school and from college. Share it. Give them this book as a gift. Pay it forward. This is another way of helping individuals to move forward in life. So go ahead, Chris. Where can we purchase this book?
Cool. As of now, I already dropped a link on Facebook, so here's a link to make it super easy.
Excellent.
The other way you can get it is you can just text impact to this number, 936-585-6537, and I'll send a link to you in case you're not watching from the Facebook live stream, so you can have it. Now let's go ahead so you know where I'm at on all the other social media platforms.
Yes.
So I think the easiest way, because I'm on all these other ones, is just to search the hashtag Soul Productions with an S.
Okay.
And you'll see my posts, because I've been using that hashtag very heavy. It's like the easiest way to find me on from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and much more, because I try to keep it all organized. Now, of course, narrowing it down, my Instagram is CHomes, CHOLES, 2 underscores. You can find me on Twitter as well, CHomes_. I try to keep it kind of the same kind of thing. Of course, you can find me on LinkedIn as my name, of course. Same thing on Facebook. The Facebook page, you can use at Soul Productions 1, and you'll see that nice SP logo coming up there. Now, with all that and much more, you can you can type in my website, which is www.yourvoiceissoulproductions.com. It reveals my whole website where it has all the platforms I'm on, podcasts, and all that much more. So that's where you can find me. And don't forget to subscribe to my podcast, Next Level Thinking, where you have all kinds of guests like this amazing woman herself. We have millionaires, teachers. You have authors who wrote their book at 4 years old, people who overcame cancer, and much more, because it's all about telling people's story.
Oh my gracious. What awesome. You know, you are amazing, first of all.
Thank you.
And secondly, to use the gifts that you have been given and to share with the world in books and in song and music, if I'm not mistaken. You have that little music talent that you have not talked about yet.
I'll go ahead and throw it in there too. So
yeah, go ahead
because I know
in there.
So, of course, I'm a poet, and this is the transition from, oh Lord, I'm telling myself, from MySpace into Facebook. I was writing the poetry, but also hip hop rhymes as well. I still can't write the rhymes. I also may consider doing a little bit more songwriting in the future because I feel like words are a picture. So yes, I did the little hip hop thing with the writing and much more, making my own little songs and then writing stuff for other people. So I may have just talked to myself right there, but hey, you may need to write some more.
But, you know, you could even have a little something you can share with us. It's okay if you choose to do that too.
Are you gonna put me on the spot? I ain't got nothing written down. We live. You ain't right for that. You ain't right for that. No. So
I'm known for that. You know, when you have a gift, you have a gift. There's no doubt about it. You know, but the other thing, you also have some upcoming things. There's some other things coming up, right? That they can become a part of.
I want to answer the past one, so I'm gonna challenge myself to do a quick little freestyle spoken word. So, all right, I'll be like this: dreams. Dreams are something that can be written in a painting or writing or spoken by a voice. Your dreams can be risen or they can be buried beneath the ground. It's your choice to awaken them or put them asleep. God put you here to be as a greatness, to be a warrior, a king, or a queen. The choice is yours to be destined. Will you rise to the occasion or you fail to be defeated? The choice is yours, but remember, you were born to be great. So get a little spoken word like that.
Hey, hey, come on now, y'all pop those fingers. That was a spoken word. Come on now, let's give it to him. That was awesome, right on the spot. No, I didn't tell him this, ladies and gentlemen, that I was going to do that. But see, that's why we have to do our homework when we're having special guests on the show, because they have all these abilities.
I do photos and videos, so yeah. Anything, I saw some of the questions. So photos, videos, podcasts, anything creative and much more. That's what my platform is about. It's helping you capture your dream, like from any kind of careers, music videos or promotional videos, or just capturing the memorable moments like weddings and much more. So there's no limitation to my business. So you're just going to see it keep expanding much more.
Now, remember what I said when I first came on? I said the sky is not the limit. And if you're not levelless, you are levelless. There are no levels, and you have defined what success looks like for you. And you're doing it on your own terms. I am loving it. I am absolutely loving this. So tell us what you have coming up.
Okay, of course, we have the book tour going on with the impact of influence. We're going to multiple different locations. If you get on my social media, you'll see how I follow. Of course, the leading author, Chet Baker, on his tour. We're going to be in the Woodlands, in Texas, this Saturday. We got a lot of different locations like El Paso. I think one of them is in Florida. So we got a lot of different locations, and I think we're going to be adding more as we go. So it's going to be a lot of fun adventures. The other thing, which I'll put here live right now, is I'm trying to structure it, but it is live and going, is I'm making soul production not only as a service, but a way where other people can monetize and make money from my business. Because I know if I can either help you capture and make things happen, but also help you get paid. Oh, it's so not gonna blow up.
You know, that MONEY always help. It helps. Okay. But good. So you heard that, you know, this affiliate program. So, you know, hey, let's push it out. Let's push each other forward.
And it's super simple. You could just be like, hey, someone wants to buy a book. Sends the link. All right, cool. Here's commission. Like, what? I just got paid from that. I shocked the heck out of my homeboy when he referred me a wedding. I just randomly cashed him. Was like, I think you made a mistake with the cash app. I said, no, I didn't. Oh, okay.
I'll take it. It all adds up. It all adds up. You know, and the thing about it is that now we have to be good stewards over the money. Once we get it, you know, we have to make sure we allocate it properly so it can grow and we can invest in it and it can multiply 10 times or 100 times. Yeah. So
or no limit at all.
No, hey, level less, continuous achieving success on your own terms.
You won't be laying down. They're gonna be like, "What's wrong with you?" I lost count.
I know.
Lost count.
And it's making money while you are asleep. Now that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. So as we started closing for this evening, Chris, what are your final thoughts you'd like to leave with the audience?
Go to the grave empty and don't leave here with your dreams still wondering. It's time for you to walk into your greatness before it's too late.
Oh, I'm gonna have to write that as a quote. I might have to ask you that for again. I'm gonna have to come back and re-listen to this. So I can.
It just came out of my spirit. I don't even know where it came from me.
That's what happens when you're what? Paying attention to what the Holy Spirit wants you to say. You just created your own quote. And ladies and gentlemen, that's Chris Holmes. That is awesome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time and your talent and the fact that you're willing to share it with the world. I talk about transforming generations and leaving a legacy all the time. And you've done exactly that. I know your parents are very proud of you.
Yes. Thank you so much for bringing me on.
Yes. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, you have just met the unstoppable Chris Holmes, Amazon bestseller, 6 books and his 2 belt right now. That's just 6 right now. We're going to have to keep an eye on him and we're going to have to follow him so we can be seeing what is Mr. Holmes doing and where is Mr. Holmes at.
That's 6 books dropped at 29. I don't know where I'm
at 29. I ain't mad at you.
I don't know where I'm going.
I am not mad at you at all. And so, you know what? It brings another point up for a moment is the fact that there is no age limit. We have individuals who are 6 years of age who are writing books, 29 or 60. There's no age limit. So stop putting an age on yourself. Live life, live it to the fullest. Understand your purpose and walk in it. So this is Maxine Phillips, the founder of Level Less, and my website is levellessco.com. Go out there, get you a free ebook about journaling, starting it as a part of your new life, because when you journal, believe it or not, it's so therapeutic. It's refreshing, it's renewing, and there is a message in everything that you journal because you are out there asking for prayers, answers, concerns, and before long, you already have the answer. You've just not written it down and you're not paying attention to the theme that's been woven through it. I saw that finger go up, Chris. I think
because as soon as you said that, I almost forgot. So if you want a free ebook from me, I'm going to drop it into the comments right now. So all you got to do is just fill out information, get the ebook from me. And if you want to, if you're not on the Facebook Live, of course, you just got to text that number. Again, I'll say it one more time, 936-585-6537. And I'll text you the link.
585, go ahead,
936-585-6537.
6537. Okay, we'll make sure we put that in there. If I don't get it right away, I'll put it in there right after, everything is over with. Excellent. Okay, so those of you who want to know more about the career strategies, come on and join the private Facebook group that I have on Facebook Live. And that's where we post jobs. That's where we're going to post checklists. That you might have something else secret that's going to be posted out there. You just never know. And if you tell others about this tonight, there might be another secret prize, a part of it that we'll put out there, but you have to listen and you have to have paid attention. That's where the active listening came in at, and see if you can answer the question that's going to be asked. As Arsenio Hall used to say. So I am going to close it for this evening. I'll be back here the same time, same place on next Monday, and expect a new guest. I'll be announcing it soon. So take care. See you then. You, Chris, hold on.